Hey, Rob. Good to see you. Dolphin's here. Hey, Rodolfo. Welcome, welcome. Ah, hi, Aya. Is your mom there also with you? You can unmute yourself if you want. I can't hear you. You're muted. Can't hear you.
Now
Yes.
you hear me.
Now you
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Rodolfo, we were talking the other day about the data art that I was telling you guys. He has been working with interactive experiences with data. And we had a very nice chat. And maybe Aya and her mom also will come. She's already working with water, apparently. Yeah. Hi, Milena. We can't see you. Don't know if you're there.
Não conecto quanto menos como estou ligados à internet, melhor.
Just introduced you a bit. Anton, Jeremy, and Danny. Danny, you need to put a proper name there. Danny, our blonde girl. Are the three other parts of the water team that I was telling you. Rodolfo and Aya. And Roshan and Malena already know them, so I'm just introducing the new members.
We lost connection, I'm sorry. I don't know if you...
Can you hear me now? Yes? Was it me or was it the connection?
No, I think I heard you. I heard you.
Okay. I was just saying that Anton, Jeremy, and Danny are the other three members of our water team. And Roshan and Malena, some of our beautiful participants. I'm going to wait a little bit more to see if the others come.
Aya's mother is already doing energetic water.
Hey, Elizabeth, welcome. We can't see you either. Roshni, have you been able to use the device?
I
didn't hear you.
I don't drink any water without it.
Oh, nice. Cool. How do you feel it? Come closer to the mic. I don't hear you very well.
Now is it better?
Yes.
No, I've been going back and forth between love, the love and like digestion when I need more. There's even a pregnancy app. There's so much. There's so many different types. So I feel like about once every few days I'll do a taste test difference again. between the different ones. I haven't been able to really test out and get a good feel for a different taste between the different frequencies that I use. So I still want to test that a little bit more between the different frequencies.
Yeah,
But
that's really
um,
cool.
yeah, I'm gonna test it out on my mom without her knowing for a better mood one. Let's see. I'll let you know how that one goes.
Liking the mom's, liking the mom's vibration. I have been thinking about that for a long time.
I'll let you know. I'm gonna make sure that all the water she drinks is like that, and let's see if it happens to have a difference.
Crazy nice. Oh yeah, she's there.
Oh, there she is. Hey, hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our team. Very good to see you all three there. We can't hear you.
Can I ask something? If who's putting the music to put just a little bit of the volume a little bit down so we can understand better the voice?
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes, if not, I can close it also. Should be better.
I like it.
Thank you for pointing that out, because I hear it differently than you do, so I don't know exactly how is the music.
It'll be a tiny bit more down, just a tiny bit more.
Try it.
Perfect.
That was placebo because I didn't. I didn't do it.
The cursor is not big enough.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the best I can do. Otherwise, I can just close it if it's still too annoying.
Then it's okay. Then it's okay. You can leave it.
Just wait for Fabienne to be connected. I think she's also with Carlos, and then we can slowly start.
Yes. I'm introducing you to Anushka. Anyuta.
Very nice to meet you, Anita. I was very happy to hear that you also have been working with water already, and you are very informed about all of that.
Little bit informed.
Wonderful. We would love to know more later after the experiment of what you're doing. Hey, Fabienne, nice to see you.
They're frozen, eh?
So I think we can slowly start, and I will actually just really close the music now so we can really hear good. And I would like to introduce this month that is a special month for water, because it's the Jeremy's drinking from the huge bottle. So Jeremy, who's drinking from this huge bottle, will tell you a little bit more about the month of water, actually, and the World Water Day that sits this Monday, and a little bit more about the importance of it, because I think that I have seen a few people that are as passionate as Jeremy actually about water. So I'm just gonna give it to you.
Thanks, Aliki. Can you guys hear me on my headphones here? Good. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, just wanted to welcome everybody to our next Water for Community event here. And it's a blessing to meet every month. And so not only are we collecting data together for scientific purposes, we're also blessing ourselves by coming together and, around the topic of water, which is really, really important. As we know, this is a big month for water. The 22nd on Monday is World Water Day. And the theme of that is valuing water. And so we're celebrating that to raise awareness around the global water crisis. And the core focus around that for many activists is to support sustainable development goals. And so anything we can do consciously or physically with water is going to be of help. So I know a lot of us in this community here have our own modalities and interests around that. So however we can apply ourselves is going to be a great effort. So it's a blessing to be here to support this as well. And also the happy spring equinox. So marking the first day of spring in the Northern Hemisphere and also autumn in the Southern Hemisphere. And during the equinox, the sun shines over the equator, nearly equal amounts of day and night. So what it represents is balance and clearing space for the upcoming months. So may we have a beautiful session today, and I'll hand it back to Aliki. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So as in every month, probably you have realized, there's some new steps that are coming up. And this time, as our intention is actually to be able to open the circular testing that we have been using for, for our experiments to more people, to all of you who would like to use it. And we were realizing that it might be a little bit complicated still to be taken at one. And we really need to simplify to be able to do that. We have started automating the process of how to create an experiment similar to what we have been doing during these calls. So you're going to be able to upload your videos, your own music, your own healing modality if you want, and still be able to merge that with the water sample so you can test what you have been doing with water. So if you're doing, I'm just rushing to tell you guys an example because I know you have been meditating for longer than most of the people I know. So Vipassana meditation, for example, like how does it affect water, for example? You'll be able to upload a session of yourself to the platform, to the AquaSci platform. And it's quite easy and fast forward. And Anton will actually guide you in how this is possible. And sorry, I was reading the message in the chat and I just lost my thought. So because I would like to read what Vin is writing, I would like to pass it on to Anton so he can really guide you into the whole process. So let's say next Monday or something, you want to create one session for the World Water Day for yourself and you want to test it with AquaSci. How would that look like? Like, how is the process practically? So Anton, if you would like to share your screen and take it on you, yes, and guide them. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Yes, we're slowly developing AquaSci so everybody can use it for their own experiments and sessions. And today you will see how it may looks like. Now, previous sessions, we would just have water sample in the center and you would just focus your attention. And some people find it not very attractive and maybe boring. So we added this new feature when you can put background video behind the water sample. It can be anything, whatever you create, or you can even go on the YouTube and find some pretty video with some nice music on background and just use that, embed that video on the AquaSci for your session. And now I will show you how to actually do it. If you have any questions, you can ask, and I think it will result into us creating some video on how to do it, like a manual video. This is AquaSci by itself. The first thing to do is to sign up. Here, if you're not signed up, you don't have account, you will have sign up button. So after that, next step would be to book the device, because how it works, we have those devices in the laboratory in Germany, and they work in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the idea that there is no two people who at the same time can affect the water samples. So we spaced the sessions. So therefore the booking functionality is here. So we have now one system available. You can select the date and the time which you want to do. You can book device for any time in future for 30 minutes session. So for example, I want to do it on like Monday, let's say. By the way, you need to also select your time zone to make sure this is the right time you showing here. Like you can select your time zone here and then select the session time. If somebody, you can see that this day already somebody booked like 2 sessions, and those time will be not available here. So the next available in the morning, 8 o'clock for me, or 5 o'clock. So let's say I want to book this time. After I book it, you will go on the My Training session, and you will see all of your bookings here. The next thing what you can do first is to just use it for personal training, but personal training doesn't have option of embedding video, and you can only select audio for now. Later we'll fix that as well, we'll add more things. But what you can do, you can add experiment for your bookings. And in the experiment, you also will be able to invite other people to join you. So if you click here plus experiment and select your here booking time, also you can create one experiment and add there like 5 booking times. So you don't need to create over and over again different titles and explanations for the experiment, but you can create as the experiment like collection, let's say, when you have many different types. And then you can just provide a title for your experiment and short description. Here, if you would like, you can provide detailed description, but it's not necessarily. If you just create it for yourself or a small group of people, again, it's up to you. Then upload some cover photo, and here you will embed the YouTube link. So if I'd say just go to YouTube, or like even here, for example, this video we'll be using today, and then you'll click on share button. Yeah, my Safari not works very well with YouTube for some reason. So usually you would have here embed code, and you just need to copy that embed code and put it in here to looks like this iframe, something, some link, etc. And then you click submit. Okay, yeah, I didn't select the picture. Anyways, I will show you already create experiment. My experiments. So you would have this type of experiment. It will be private page, and you can invite other people by copying this link and sending them to like chat or email, any way you would like. So you will have also sessions that you added to your experiment. You will see them here. You can add later more one by clicking on edit and selecting your bookings. If I click it here, for example, now, that session I earlier created. So by the way, this is a code from the YouTube directly. If that looks complicated, we also will do some adjustments with code embedding from YouTube. And you can see that next session will start for the day, for the Monday, 5 p.m. Here we see countdown, and then you come to this time. And when the countdown reaches the start time, you will see button like start session. Then you'll start session, and how it will looks like, you will see in today's experiment. Here is today experiment, for example. We'll be doing, we'll be also sharing the screen, so you will see how it looks like. It will start in 10 minutes.
So one of the advantages actually to do that is that you will see that when we're going to be sharing the experiment today, as we have been doing every time through Zoom, Zoom is really minimizing the quality of the cymatics, which is kind of a pity because the cymatics that Jeremy has created are beautiful when you see them in a real video, and Zoom is slowing them down. So if you connect directly into the AquaSci platform, you have a really good quality. So in case any of you wants to create experiments for your own crowd, it might be better if they really actually load into AquaSci and they really have a very good quality of the visuals.
Yes, and also by the way, yeah, it's all meditation, etc. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have that water sample, and besides just people gathering together and meditating together and focusing their attention on the water sample, we recording actual readings from their sample. So you can see in this group experiment, we have already 4 sessions: November 11, December 12, January 21, February 21. And if you click one of them, you will see the results of the measurement for the actual sessions, and then also we have measurements for the post sessions. If you click on the post graph, you will see the measurement from that device. It's called electroimpedance spectrometer that we use. You see this gray area. If this is time of the session, that's where people will focus their attention. I mean, we probably will create another video to explain how to understand the graph. And but just a few words. This is background measurements. It's 1.5 hours before session started, before people were affecting the water sample. And this is when people were affecting water sample. In this particular case, I wouldn't say, so people were focused on channel 1, which is red line. Each device has 2 channels. One is kind of control channel, another is targeted channel. So we will be always like comparing them. You kind of can see as that red channel is a little bit more intense changes from the baseline than the black channel, but I would say it was really huge effect based on the previous experiences. So like if you create session, like book device, create session and do the session, you will also have access to this data. And the research is ongoing. We're also trying to understand and improve methods and the recommendations how to do sessions. Sometimes what we notice that during your actual session, you maybe not have super huge effect, but it seems that water may have some like delay in the response. And I see here that next post session, that's when nobody was affecting the water. It looks like it has a little bit more like change compared to the background measurement. You can see here.
That was what happened in the last experiment, right? Like that.
Yes, this is last experiment, and half an hour, like not the actual session when people were affected, but post session. So that's why we're kind of providing also data for the post sessions. And the most important, what I noticed now is the first post session after the actual session. That's when water can still, it looks like during the session we affected water is slowly getting changes, effects, and the biggest change can be observed in the first post session. Yeah, so it's just for fun, see another experiment.
I think Jeremy wants to add something also to connect more for the people who are haven't been in the previous experiments. So Jeremy, please take the lead.
Thank you. Yeah, just to give a little bit of background. So the type of measurement process that we're using is electrochemical impedance spectroscopy. And so that's a fancy way to say that we're measuring very subtle changes on the electrical conductivity within the water during the sessions and also during the background measurements leading up to the session. And through that process of the electrochemical changes within the water structure, it's absorbing ions from the atmosphere, CO2 to be clear on that. And what happens is it actually sets up a matrix within the water where there's communication that can be transferred back and forth. And that's called the proton tunneling effect. And there's actually a lot of research on that shows that it's an access portal into like quantum states and quantum state oscillations, which are very, very subtle oscillating states within the ionic and molecular state of the water that are very sensitive to, for example, things like the conscious observer. So if you know anything about the double slit experiment, anytime you create a measurement process and you triangulate like an observer or a measurement, you actually can make a change. And so the same thing happens within this electrochemical process within water. And there's also been quite a bit of research, some technical and academic and some also esoteric, that there is a sympathetic link between the mind force and the conscious observer and, say, water in those subtle states of oscillation within the molecular structure of water and even down to those quantum states. So that's a possible mechanism for how we might be able to, say, affect water at a distance. This platform originally was put together to measure like homeopathy in water. So we were utilizing these sensors to measure subtle states and changes of like digital imprints in homeopathy. And through those experiment processes, we found that the experiment was sensitive to the conscious observer. So we spent time trying to control for that and clean up the variables. And we just decided, okay, well, maybe this is a mechanism we should utilize to measure the conscious observer effect. So there was a lot of reports done at the Conference on the Physics, Chemistry, and Biology of Water on remote viewing and being able to affect water samples at a distance. And so we decided to open it to a larger crowd source, and that was the reason for the birth of AquaSci. So now anybody can access these sensors that are in a controlled environment laboratory, and they could, work with their conscious effect, whether they're yogic practitioners or like, remote viewers at a distance. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to utilize and implement this. So that's kind of just a little bit of insight, background, and the possible mechanisms for how this actually works. It's right now, there's an interesting thing about what I'm calling the fungibility of time. So when you're in the quantum domain, like time is kind of interchangeable. And so that's why we're seeing like these pre and post effects. So sometimes you're not seeing the actual effect happen during the impact, but you're seeing something that actually happens shortly after, and even sometimes before. So there's these weird like time domain effects that we're actually observing as well. So the more data we build, the easier it will be to characterize that. So that's just a little bit of more technical insight. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, just during the session, you will see actually photo of this container or one of these containers. And that's actually how they look like. They have electrodes inside to measure, and the water. Yeah, just to give you an idea what is it. That is actual like real thing. And it's now in Germany staying there and measuring for us in these isolating containers.
What you're going to be seeing in the center of the image, and what we are practically trying to focus and send our attention to, are these exact sensors that you're seeing in the picture. We'll just have an image as an anchor practically for our attention to be in that specific sample and not in any other sample in the laboratory of AquaSci. And you will see them right in the center of the picture, but you can also connect more with your inner vision also. You will be guided from the meditation to kind of transfer yourself, transfer your consciousness to that specific sample. And that intention is practically what we are observing. And so the more you connect with it, feel it, the more effect. I mean, it's difficult still to know how much focused we were into the sample during the session. But logic says that the more we are focused in this specific sample, the bigger the effect will be of the conscious observer.
Yes, we're trying to also synchronize somehow. One of the ideas is to breathe, so everybody breathes at the same time. Also, we don't know whether it will be good quality of those animation going through the Zoom. Yeah, but we can try as well. Keep breathing at the same pace. It's like 6 seconds inhale, 6 seconds exhale, if it's comfortable for you.
And unlike other meditations, it's recommendable if you keep your eyes open, so you can look at the screen and the cinematics and then water sample, because it really gives this hook, this anchor. Sometimes I have observed when I was trying to see how it changes when I was closing my eyes, I was kind of losing the focus and was drifting more into different pathways in my mind. So yeah, I would just suggest to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're starting. Take comfortable position and there we go.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I need to switch my browser again. I'm coming back.
Exactly where you have to be. You're exactly who you are here to become. The whole universe is in absolute balance. Take a deep breath and allow your out breath to expand around you, creating ripples of existence. Bring your awareness in equilibrium with the whole. Imagine as if the whole was an ocean, calmly waving into existence. The deep waters merging and expanding in and around you. Wave after wave after wave, you're carried into your sacred space. Drop after drop after drop, your full awareness is concentrated into the waters. The water that is in front of you, the water that is being studied, the water that is inside you. Now imagine a drop of water right in front of your eyes. See it turning slowly into a red color. With every breath, the color becomes a little more vibrant, a little more alive. Allow yourself to get immersed into it. Let it surround you and dive into its depths. With each breath, you're immersing further to the red water drop. With every breathing in, you are becoming it a little bit more. With every breathing out, it is becoming you a little more, until you are one. Allow your physical existence to get transformed into this drop of water, an existence full of potential, an existence full of hope, an existence full of vitality. Observe your physical body relaxing. Allow all your muscles, your joints, your tendons to let go. Your legs and knees get heavier. Your feet are laying stable on the earth. There is absolutely zero movement in your whole body. Pure stillness. Allow your awareness to flow outside of your body towards the water in front of you. Look at it. Feel it. Connect to it. Allow yourself to become this body of water standing in front of you. Keep observing this source of life enclosed in a glass vessel. What do you see? Your full attention lays on it. Allow your eyes to merge with the view of it. Let your awareness float towards it. Feel yourself effortlessly taking the shape of the vessel. And stay there for a while. Quiet, clear, peaceful. Now turn your attention to the water samples we are studying. One lays in the lab in Germany, the other in Canada. On your screen, you can see a combination of both. Focus on the image with your physical eyes. At the same time, activate your inner vision and look at them with your inner eyes as well as your outer eyes. Connect the two visions into one full experience of the water samples we are studying. Slowly feel like approaching them. Feel them closer to you, almost touching you, becoming you. Engage with the water body inside the samples, accessing it through your inner vision. And start sending your attention to the waters. Feel the connection to your tribal power, the part of you that knows that all is one. Activate this part and connect it to the water samples we are studying. For the next few minutes, keep your eyes open, focusing on the samples, or if you prefer to close them, keep the samples in your awareness until the end of our session. It is your conscious attention that is creating the effects on the water samples. Connect to them deeply through the power of your intention. Now let's go one step deeper, exploring the waters inside of you. The biggest part of your body contains and circulates water one way or the other. Turn your vision from the outside world to the magnificent world inside. Open to the option of exploring this world now. Allow your force and your willpower to relax. No need to hold on to them. You are being held. Feel your body melting, your mind getting quiet, your soul being fully present. Welcome a sense of belonging to your mind. Welcome a sense of belonging to your body. Welcome a sense of belonging to your soul. Feel how it feels to be part of a larger community, a global tribe of water. Let all fears be washed away from your inner waters, leaving you innocent and pure, as when you were a child. Consciously and peacefully initiate yourself into a new stage. It's a stage of coherence with all and everything. Keep exploring this state of coherence between inner and outer waters. Keep balancing the humans outside and the human inside. Keep being in peace with existing and all the existence. Remain in silence for some minutes more, enjoying the depths of your waters. We will soon be calling you back. Until then, be water. Flowing backwards, come back into your body. Feel the magic that is to be human. Honor your shape, your physicality, your how much. Honor life by being and soul. Fill up your mouth with normal waste.
I will just slowly bring you back. Seems to be some connection problem from Anton's side. Just slowly coming back. Come back into your body and into the current moment. And just feel how it feels to be inside the human body again, in the current form. You can slowly start moving. You can start stretching. Has been a longer session today. And only when you are ready, you can open your eyes and come to full awareness. And as always, we will give a couple of minutes and also a small task to be done. So Danny will be posting both in our WhatsApp group and also here in Zoom the link of a small survey that we always take to compare how did you really felt like inside. So if you could complete that in the next minutes, it will take like 5 minutes for that to happen, just allowing some music to guide us back slowly. So having these results really help us understand what does the graph that we are seeing in aquascience means in human experience, which I personally feel it's very important to start understanding math and human experience in comparison. So take some time. The link is in the chat here and also in the WhatsApp group, both, whatever it's easier. And we're gonna be back in 5 minutes.
No, eu muto.
Tu veux apporter un verre, s'il te plaît? Quel ça doit? Le verre.
So slowly start completing your time of the survey. I'll give 1 more minute because I need to complete it also. And then we will start the sharing. So whoever feels that they want to share something about their experience, either their personal experience, either what they saw happening and how we can improve it, both of them are, and everything else that comes is very welcome. So you can just take the lead, whoever feels, pop-up style, and share how you felt about it, and then just put down the music and allow everybody who wants to start the sharing to just unmute your mic and tell us how you feel.
I can start. Can you hear me? Thumbs up. Okay, cool. For me, it was really serene and buttery. I like to use that term, buttery. It kind of had like this tangibility to it that just felt really smooth and silky. And yeah, my nervous system feels like really, really good. So I really was excited about the group intention connection. Like I've been finding that to be more and more of interest during these group calls. So I haven't been getting that like in yoga classes or the live classes that I used to do before the whole COVID thing hit. So this kind of makes up for a little bit of that energy. And I feel like the similarities, you know, like the group connection, and it's kind of nice to know that we can experience that non-locally. So thank you.
I felt it very drifting, so it was still crystal clear, but definitely not on these airs. And yeah, super loved the connection I felt to every one of you, and also to the bigger community.
I can share. Wow, it really took me through a journey this time. It was hard for me to say to which body of water I felt most connected. And I had a couple of interesting and funny realizations. One was that it felt super nice to be in that bottle for a while, to just sit and rest and like receive the appreciation. And then going from there to that water sample and going closer to the water sample, I felt like the water in the water sample was expressing the gratitude for all the love that it receives. And yeah, and then I felt like really, yeah, this gratitude was really then like coming over to me, and I felt really appreciative of myself with the water body inside of me. Yeah, and I felt like and it was interesting when the connection broke off a little bit. I felt like even more connected somehow, because it felt like, yeah, everyone is just being connected without even the voice in a way. Yeah, so that's what was the most noticeable things that I can say.
Thank you all for sharing. For me also was very, was by far the more relaxing session, by far the more connecting. And I don't know for what reason. Can be many reasons, of course, as always. but it was one of the times that even my own critical mind of hearing my voice and just thinking all the things that can become better, right? That you can never avoid during work of yours. It just was completely quiet and just allowing to settle more into the lower layers of my body. As it was about the first chakra, this one that you might have understood. I love the battery word as a definition from my side. It was very melting. It was very peaceful in a way. Slow in a good way though. Very grounding, very bringing it down, let's say. It's difficult to explain this feeling most of the times. Thank you. Do you feel like sharing?
Yeah. That was actually quite new for me. I'm not meditating that much, and I've really appreciate the fact that everybody is just around one simple basic things, which is water, and I was not really feeling the connection with the water in Germany or in Canada, but just when Aliki and the moment we tried to focus on our body water and the water close to us, it's where I was just realizing the fact of the simplicity, and that felt really nice. And just after that, I felt really serene and peaceful, and it was super easy to just keep on focusing, and that was just better and better until the end. Yeah, it was really nice. Really nice. Thank you for sharing everything, Biz. Yeah, it was cool.
Thank you. Yeah, for me, I also loved it very much. And when I was doing this, I I cannot stop thoughts. I try to stop them, but I found when I stop them, they're still coming back, but more interesting ones, more new ones, thoughts coming. So like one of the thoughts I think came because also Aliki in the beginning mentioned about Vipassana and how like idea of Akwasai also was coming at the beginning, like after my experience with Vipassana. I don't know how many of you experienced or tried it. Like at the last day, doing this thing was send everyone love, etc. I was thinking, wow, it would be cool if people maybe have some tool to do it, send just looking at the picture of each other, send love to each other, and some kind of idea of up. Then like with Jeremy and Serge, we started Aquaside to do first experiments to see whether it's actually working or possible just by picture connect to the person or to connect to the object, for example water and effect something. And today during the session I was like looking, okay, we have now 2 samples there, one in Germany, one in Canada. So what if we like replace one of the images, for example sample from Canada, with like a slideshow of faces or participants pictures. We have like 10 people or 20 people can be, I mean, there's details of this idea, But in general, if we would be looking, everybody have their own picture there, and we would see a half transparent picture of everyone. So when you actually focusing and see that like beautiful background, we would also send to each other, all participants sending like one by one to each person those positive feelings. Yeah, so this is idea, and also wanted to ask you what do you think about this?
It's very funny that you say that, because as I was concentrating in the samples, it was kind of looking like a face. It was very funny. Tripping with the sample. And it kind of feels that it's an interesting approach to make the water sample one of our participants somehow. So like in the rotation, the water samples come, but all of us also come. So it's like a rotation of each one of us being a participant. That can be a very interesting approach, I think.
Yeah, like a slideshow or something. It was really very interesting to try, because it's kind of like comes from initial idea to have tool for people. You just go there, you have kind of like your friends who have their picture there, and you just do slideshow and send them the positive feelings. But if we would do it in the group session and just send in everyone, that would be like interesting. And today I think was pretty much first experience when on the aqua side we had the water sample, visuals, and the audio guidance. That was, I think we wanted this for many like months or even like years, like maybe 1 year for sure. We wanted, okay, we need not only picture but also the guidance, and I think that is a very big part, that you're not just looking but you connect it through your eyes and through your ears.
Thank you for bringing it also into to this direction, because we have been feeling, everybody from the team, that in the next session next month, that will be on the 21st again of April, we would love to hear a little bit more about all of you and how and why you have been feeling connected to the water and what you are doing. Like, what are your practices? What has been brought you into the understanding of spirituality and consciousness and your healing modalities? Because we have seen the work from our side, but we would really love to hear what you're doing. And we're not going to open it in this session because it will just go very long, but we're opening it for the next session. So it'll be wonderful to connect the two and being able to get to know you a little bit more. I'm just giving a little bit of the next steps. And we do have a little bit of time more if somebody else wants to share. So please let me know if anybody else would like to share how it felt.
Hello. Hi. Are you listening?
Yes, but we
I
don't
don't know if
see
the microphone is working well. Yeah, so yeah, I want to share, like it was I really enjoyed the meditation today. It was long enough. It was a long one. Yeah, like this last weeks I have been trying different I always forget the name. With the icy pad, I have been trying because I there was a few days where I had some really weird headache, for example, and actually I tried and then I rest for just a few minutes and then it started to feel better already. I mean, I don't know, like everything. It also counts the fact that maybe I was missing a bit of water. But it's funny because the first thing when I thought when I had this kind of headache, it was not about like, I mean, I don't know, taking a pill or something. So it was about trying to the info celtics. And yeah, and today I felt quite connected with the sample sometimes, and then sometimes it's just drift to connect to the water within myself. And yeah, I felt pretty calm, much better than before the meditation. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Hello. Do you hear us? We can start by myself and we do like this. Because it was my first time in Zoom and in this group and the theme of water, I connect I feel very connected to water, but I'm very new to this subject that Aliki was introducing me last week, with the frequency, with passing our energy as a print, what makes all sense. But now during the meditation, was my first time doing a Zoom meditation. The internet here was not working properly, so I was not seeing the cinematics very fluid, but I focus in the water inside, and the meditation was really strong for some reason. I felt my body really warm. The temperature of my body really increased a lot. So was really nice. It was super warm, and I was telling me the same in the end. We were like super warm, like really, interesting.
Yeah, me too. I felt the temperature, especially of my face, increasing, and all the tensions of my body was like relaxing, like the water, and it was very fluid. And I imagined myself as a water, traveling along the memories of water I have. For instance, the water I remember in Japan of my childhood, or the water of or in the nature here, the fountains, and I felt like going through all these waters in the world, and it was very interesting experience to have. Thank you.
Then I speak too. Funnily enough, I had the same feelings as Aya. I felt like water. I felt like waterfalls, like all the waters in the world, very connected to the nature and to the whole, to the whole, I would say, the universe. That's why very nice.
I just want to add one idea that I had in the end, was that water we are not just made from water, but we are all separated, but water is the only element that with the oceans, with the clouds, like the water is circulating around the world. So probably the water that I'm drinking here, it comes from places of other countries that evaporates and goes with the clouds, and then and then rains over there, and there is this circulation that it's a really beautiful element.
Thank you so much for practically bringing us back into the very first intention. That was exactly how the whole experiment started. And it's very funny that you somehow connected to that. It was really the idea, how can we connect create community through water information, because it is the underlying connection in all of us. It's everywhere, you know. So thank you so much for that. One question, Anton, do we have already the results, or it will be later on?
Have, I'll just double check if it worked with today. Now we have a little bit limited number of sensors there because the laboratory a little bit shrinking. Let me see.
You can see the results, and slowly we can start.
Yeah, I'll see. I think there was something a little bit with the sensor off. But
so better if we send them.
Yeah, we'll also be building or try to build new place for the sensor, because it's in Germany. Slowly they take over of their lab space. And yeah, so what I see here, one of the part of the sensor was a little bit unstable, and on this scale we're not able to see. This red one is actually where we influenced, but something was kind of going crazy with this sample. So on this kind of big scale, we can see very well the change of the red channel. Yeah. We just need to add more sensors, so it would be selecting from most stable ones.
Okay, so it's better if we can see the results.
Can you zoom in?
Yeah, zoom in. There's like this only. So cannot actually zoom in on this thing.
But you're going to be overlapping the results from the other sensors in the next hours? That's what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like in general, how it works, you saw the images of one device, and sometimes device may be not stable, so it's going crazy. And then before we'll be using batch of 3 devices, and before session starts, automatically the system would select the most stable channel for the effect. And before we would be selecting 1 out of 6 channels, and today we would be only selecting one out of 2 channels, because we have only 1 device so far available for this. Yeah, and because of another channel is not the same device was kind of unstable. Cannot see much, only like can see the score of that channel of influence. It was 0.625. The lower the pro value of the channel, the greater the effect. We'll see how it will be going for the post session. Usually if pro value lower than 0.5, then it's I'd say significant effect. Yeah, currently compared to previous sessions of this device, this wasn't, let's say, strong effect, but yeah. Usually, again, it's not like an express method. Usually what we do many like experiments, like 10 of them, and then collect pro values of each experiment and see if average is lower than 0.5. Then we would say that this effect was significant.
There's an interesting question in the chat from Malena. If we could have influenced also the second channel, maybe responding to that, we can start finalizing slowly.
Technically, yes, it could be that we affected the second channel because 2 channels stayed together in that setting. Yeah, we would need to check the effect there, but seeing this kind of big curve, it usually says, like, shows me that something's going on with the channel. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. It's like absolutely the same water in both channels. They're located just 10 centimeters apart from each other. They slotted in the box, everything. But sometimes one channel have their own life, second, like another channel have their own life, even like perfectly the same conditions. Yes, something happened. Maybe someone like previously affected on the channel, and that water still have not relaxed for this experiment. somebody affected channel 2 and it's not relaxed yet.
Interesting. Yeah, let us know if there's more insights about that.
Yeah, we'll try like for the next time we're trying to organize this like new place for more sensors, so we would have more of them there and it will be more stable. Like it will be selecting from the bigger variety of sensors, and we'll be able to experiment with more stable devices.
Perfect. Yeah, I know that you have been moving because there has been a shift in the lab conditions, so it's totally understandable. So for the next session, 21st of April, and same time, so 7 to 8:30 CT. That's 6 to 7:30 Portugal time. And I think everybody else is on CT, most of you. I would like for the next session to propose that we can do the experiment directly from the AquaSci. So we all register and we will send you guidelines in the WhatsApp group. So you can really see the image and the semantics, because it's really a pity to not be able to see the visuals correctly. And it's not a difficult process, you just register and then you're able to access the experiment from the website. It will be sending you the links and everything, of course. So I would like to propose that, first of all. And second, I would love to, as we said, to hear a little bit more of what you have been doing, what you have been working, and see how we can even implement it in the photos that Anton was saying, like so actually seeing the photos of each one of us in the water experiment. So if that feels comfortable, you may as well just send us a photo in the WhatsApp group and we will upload it for the next experiment together with the water samples. And just prepare a few words about what you're doing. It's not going to be like an official PowerPoint presentation, not at all. Mostly about your personal processes and healing modalities and what is your connection to consciousness and water, so we can really see how we can help you, we can support you in that with all the process we have been creating. Did I answer your question, Flavin? Yeah, cool. So is there anything else that needs to be expressed or explored before we close for today?
No. Sorry. No. Why was the focusing on the one drop, the red color?
Thank you for this question, because that's something that we're going to be starting from this session on to work with the 7 chakras one by one. So today we were working with the root chakras. All the words that were involved in this meditation are to really be focused in the first chakra. And we're going to be working with all the 7 of them. So in each session, you'll be working with a different one. Just to see how it feels, and that's why the colors also of the waters in this one was red, when before it was more colorful. So the next one will be orange, yellow, etc., etc., etc. Just to really see if there is also a body sensation in that particular area. And sometimes it's good to know, sometimes it's good to not know, depending, like how are you going to take it. So today, after the session, from the next session you will know before, so we will see how it goes. But this is the intention, to work with the 7 chakras, and it will be the material available, so you can also use it for your sessions if you want. So that's one of our next steps as a team, to upload everything in the Water for Community website and be able to create a patchwork of experience that you choose, the visual that you want, the music that you want, the audio that you want, or upload yours and create your own very unique experience. So this is one of our next steps. We just wanted to open it up in this session. Yeah, so thank you for this question, because that was one of the ideas that popped up during the meditation. Please,
it was red. I didn't see the connection with the water.
So I feel Please go on.
Because of the red color, with the red, I did not see the connection with the water.
Did it
I felt a bit troubled with the red one. So that's why I asked the question.
Thank you for this comment. Did it prevent you to connect to the water, you feel?
No, I just disobeyed and I saw a blue color and a transparent color. I didn't want to see the red, so...
Totally fine. There might be something in your root chakra. You have to check. Thank you for this comment. Let's see in the next session also if you will continue this feeling or not. It might continue. You might really.
I know what you mean. I won't have that feeling.
Well, it's possible and it's totally acceptable. Let's see. We're trying it out. So let me know how it is in the next ones.
Yeah.
So maybe then we know that it's better to have a theme that is more connected to the water, or it can be a more general theme, because the chakras, we're going into a different theme than in the other sessions. So it's practically not a new theme that we're starting this month. So all and every feedback and comments are very, very welcome to see how you feel about that. Is there anybody else, or we are ready to close? We're ready to close, right?
Thank you.
Thank you once again for being all here. See you next month, same time, same Zoom. And everything in between, we just chat in the WhatsApp group, where you're also going to be receiving the new info to come very soon. So the digital signal of our session of today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.